let's go deep into the leaders meeting with Chairman, the CEO Hangi Park. This is screen capture of CEO Hangi Park and introducing the general manager of individual the countries. For Atomy USA, they have changed the general manager, so he's a new general manager, Mr. Kareem. And when we had a session with the CEO Hangi Park, I believe last year, he was hired a year before, but last year, CEO Hangi Park really speaks highly of him, like his abilities and how he can really improve the market for Atomy USA. And he said he's doing a great job. Who else? Oh, there's a one fun story that CEO Hangi Park was, okay, CEO Hangi Park saw Peter Lee. We also lead Peter Lee because we had a Zoom session with a Peter Lee, Royal Master from USA. Do you all remember Peter Lee? And he is a business partner, so partner of Jason Shim. And CEO Hangi Park, the fun joke that CEO Hangi Park was make, okay, where's the three musketeers? So Peter, Jason, where's another guy? I believe Jason Shim, Peter, and there's another friend. Three of them join Atomy together. However, he disappeared for quite a time and he came back and really seeking to Atomy. But what CEO Hangi Park said, three of those friends, Peter, you're making a decent income at the time, but Jason was the one who were in a horrible situation. So in Atomy, people who are in a horrible situation, more likely they will become a higher position faster, because they have a strong desire to create a success in Atomy. But Peter, you're making a decent income. So what happens now? You're below Jason Shim. So CEO Hangi Park made a joke like, people who's making a decent income, they don't really see the clear vision. But people who really in needs, people who have a strong desire to create a success, who really need to create an income from Atomy, more likely you will climb the ladder faster. You will achieve your goals faster. So probably Jason Shim is a crowd. Because of that, Jason Shim is a crowd master. So, I mean, have you seen any CEO who knows the details? CEO Park met Jason Shim when Jason Shim first attended a one-day seminar. He even remembered that. He's a CEO of $4 billion company. But he even remembered the names of the personal stories. I was really touched. Alex Lee, director of Atomy, is overseeing all the global markets. He shared what's happening in Atomy. He didn't really share the graph, but compared to last year, this time, Atomy did 50 times better in revenue. I think something to really celebrate, right? Because you probably heard from so many other companies how they are doing compared to last year. Some companies are doing negative. Some companies just grew like just one visit. But Atomy did 50% more. That's something we should really feel proud. And that's a positive sign that Atomy is doing great. And this company can not only 100 years, this company can really last for 1,000 years. And we need 1,000 years. You know why? Why we want this company to last 1,000 years. So our three generation, including us, three generation can really benefit the income that we create. So let's directly move on to the first question. So in order for leaders to uphold a principle-centered approach this year, what attitude should they prioritize first? CEO Hangi Park talked about this one. Even the nature, there is a law. I mean, like water flowing from like the higher place to lower place. So there's a certain principle in nature, but there's a certain principle in business too. And there is a fundamentals in distribution company. So we Atomy, as a distribution company, we do have our principle, our base fundamentals. So for us, our fundamental is to provide a daily necessities. What form? Amazing quality. So not just good quality, absolute quality, top of the top quality, and absolute price, affordable price, where many general consumers be able to use the product. That's a general principle. If as a company, if you provide a good quality product in low price, how can you not attract the consumers, right? There is no way you'll be fail with this business model. And he said that was what he created it, and it's going well so far until today. And that's why he also talked about this one. So He said, there are people who really stick to the principle and following the company principle, but there are some people who's not really following the company principle. And he talked about the people who's buying in bulk. When we say bulk, not just extra 5 hemoin, 10 hemoin, it's not really bulk. Like 5 hemoin you can consume even by yourself. Right. So that's not really a bulk. People who buy like 100 boxes of hemoin for their promotions and, for their team project. But if you buy that types of bulk product, what will happen? That's really outside of the principle that Atomy created it. But if you buy that many bulk product, what will happen? CEO Hangi Park said those products end up being reselling in the online market. That's dangerous, and that's outside of the principle. And he also mentioned in Atomy, yes, you need to become auto sales master, but in order for you to become auto sales master, what do you need? So that's where he was talking about the numbers. If you attend the meeting, the Zoom meeting on Tuesday, you'll probably remember when CEO Park was talking about the numbers. This was when he was empathizing the importance of having auto consumers. So okay, our not really ultimate goal, but your first goal in Atomy is achieve sales master and try to become auto sales master. That should be your really number one goal. Once you become auto sales master, that is a starting of receiving a passive income, right? You know what does it feel like to receive a passive income. But in order for you to become auto sales master, what do you need? You need auto consumers. So basically, CEO Hangi Park talked about, okay, you need a 50-50 people, but he said it's ideally, like I mentioned, CEO Hangi Park talked about it even during his lectures, many other lectures. But some people, you know what? Even I have a 50 people, I'm not auto sales master yet. CEO Hangi Park put a condition. They need to be auto consumers, not just the members registered their names. People who actually buying Atomy product. CEO Hangi Park made an example. Okay, so I think this is an example just based in Korea, because Korea do have more than 500 different number of product. If you do have consumers, and in Korea, he said if definition of auto consumers, before he usually say 100,000, but now 300,000. So every month, each consumers are purchasing 300,000. But he said that's kind of possible in Korea. And when I kind of see, because like people, let's say family of 4, if the both parents are taking hemoin, whole family taking hemoin, easily 300,000 PV, and there are many other supplement, and there are many other home personal care products. So yes, to us, that's too much of a number. To us to make one family whole to consume 100,000 people in Canada, I think it's a similar story in Indonesia too. Unless they are consuming hemoin, it will be a challenging number. Even make order consumer as 100,000, but CEO Hangi Park put number as a 300. But even like 100,000, you need 50. So we're not talking about number of registered members. We're not counting on that. Actual auto consumers who are consuming minimum 100,000. He also made another example. Okay, so but what if you have only 10 members, but you still become a sales master, right? You only have 10, but you asked him to buy excessive amount of product, you became sales master. He said it is possible, but what will you do next month? What will you do month after? So I think the key point of CEO Hangi Park really mentioning us to this, you need to focus on creating actual consumers. If you do, let's say, if you do the bulk purchase, or if you ask just certain people to buy a lot of product, yes, you'll be happy temporarily, yes. But what if they don't become an auto consumer? What if they don't make excessive purchase next time? So he said, focus on creating auto consumers. If you don't have auto consumers, then focus on creating auto consumers. I don't know how it was translated in English, but in Korea, he said focus on creating auto consumers. So for auto sales master, he said around 50. And for auto diamond master, around 200 auto consumers. And for auto shareholders master, you need around 800 auto consumers. And we know even just making one auto consumer is not easy. However, with the growth of Atomy and how Atomy is getting popular around the globe, and many people with a great feedback with the product, I think it's less challenging than before to create auto consumers. Auto consumers, period. That's what CEO Hangi Park, the key of his talk. And then he goes like, then, I mean, why there is a mastership? Why there's a mastership bonus? When you focus on making those auto consumers, you will, right? You will become a point where you achieve a certain level, another level. You need to celebrate yourself for your success, okay? That's why there is a mastership. But without the auto consumers, how can you maintain your regular income from Atomy? He talked about the Yeonsoo Kim a little bit. This is why. He said Yeonsoo Kim, we know she's an Imperial Master number 4, and she's known for sexy lady. Yes, she's over 72. Over 70, but you know the car that she's driving, the red, what is it? I think BMW, like red sports car BMW, like open car, like BMW, like really red color. And we saw her pictures, like fashionable pictures. And she is being contacted by one of the agency to be a senior model. So that's a life you can have with Atomy. Yes, you can really enjoy the balanced life with Atomy. But the reason why Seo Hong-gi Park talked about her when he was talking about the question number 1, she recently went to China. So because of the pandemic, all different reasons, the how can I say, the border has been closed, so not many leaders can go to China. But she attended a Success Academy for the first time, and she met one partner there. She didn't even know the existence of the partner, and she met the partner for the first time. But it's not just an ordinary partner. Her partner, the unknown partner, is a crown master in China. So Seong-Park goes, that's what will happen. That's what will happen, right? If you consistently focusing on creating order consumers and you build your strong foundations and you're focusing on building leaders, she didn't even know there is a crown master in China. I'm sure like when she became a imperial master, she already have a 4 crown master, right? And then I'm sure there are many other crown masters. It was only first time when she went to China, that's when she first met. So if it happened to her, it could happen to us too. If we never stop building Atomy, sharing it at Atomy, you never know. Right? The seed that you planted it, no, they will become a great leader. So that there's all possibility in Atomy, even without the existence of actual sponsor. If you're really willing to become successful, it is possible. Because the CEO Park said, you know what, there are people, you know what, I cannot do it because of my sponsor. She's not there or he's not there. I'm not getting any support. So he will hear a lot of things. But this really truly represents in Atomy now with the system given by the company, if that person really willing to become successful, achieve success, it is possible to make your own success in Atomy. Second question was, since we have many partners below, we open contemplate about leadership. I would like to know what MONGSANG think about. For the people who doesn't know what, this is another name for our CEO Park thinker, right? MONGSANG think about leadership and what value are considered most important in leadership. So he talked about kind of 2 things, right? Leader should have a vision. The leader without the vision, leader doesn't know like what direction, what vision, he cannot consider as a leader, right? And he also made an example as a soldier in army. If you're a leader, you know which way you're gonna direct your soldiers to. If you don't have a vision, how can you be a leader of that army? So same thing in Atomy. Leader is a person who have a vision. We already know what we want and we know which direction we need to go. In what way? Not many leaders talking about this, but before, I can say even 5 years ago, every leader, when they come, we all have a same direction. We need to do Atomy based on accepted success, aiming for auto sales master, okay? Our business based on everybody following ASAP to success. Don't create your own wheel. So don't create your own list. We're all based on ASAP to success. We're aiming for auto sales master. Because CEO Hong Park said, if you achieve auto, not a sales master, there's another word. When you achieve auto sales master, you are 90% success in Atomy. And once you achieve auto sales master, that's when you kind of realize why CEO Hong Park mentioned that statement and created that statement. Yes, auto sales master, you're not even making $5,000. But we are here to make $100,000. But why he's saying that auto sales master is a 90% success in anatomy? Once you achieve auto sales master, what's your job next? Try to make many of your partners to achieve auto sales master. Not only you're creating income, help your partners to create income. So that's what he meant by when you're 90%, you're achieve auto sales master, you're 90% success in anatomy. Because next thing you need to do, you need to keep on making your partners duplicate what you have done. And more auto sales master that you have, and that will help you to become, Leaders Club, World Leaders Club. Okay, so leader should have a vision. And our goal in Atomy, I'm sure if you attended, you remember the word. Our goal in Atomy, everybody, right? We have our individual goals that we have, written down on our like a life scenario. However, our big goal in Atomy is to live a balanced life. And CEO Hangi Park also gave us a definition. What's a balanced life? Because he said balanced life can be ambiguous. The word itself ambiguous, right? I mean, what's the balanced life really all about? It can be interpreted many different ways. But in Atomy, live well. Of course, when you have $100,000, I'm sure you're going to live well. Yes, right? So $100,000 passive income, live well. Love one another. So Hongkipar really empathize like how much it is important to love one another. That's why our company motto, cherish the spirit. That's our first thing in our company motto. And learn. So lifelong learning. From the moment you stop learning, you're dead. I think I don't know who mentioned this. This is one of the popular quotes. From the moment you stop learning, you're same as a dead person. But luckily for us, we're learning so much with Atomy, even new product introducing, right? A lot of courses or program created by the company. And lastly, contribute. So imagine, just quickly imagine, if you're making $100,000, do you think you'll be able to use it every month? I think I mentioned several times that when I actually calculated what types of a house, what type of car, what I want to do, if I have a 30,000, it's really more than enough. What will I do with the 70 remaining? Oh, happy to think about it, right? What will I do with the $70,000? I can happily donate because even though I use all, next month I'll get another $100,000. So have a big vision. We're not here to make $70. We're not here to make $2,000. Yes, first we need to try to learn how to make $2,000, but we're not here for that. It's a step we must take to learn how to make more, become bigger. But however, our goal is to create $100,000, live a balanced life, contribute. And we've seen great examples. And our CEO Hangi Park himself is a great role model to many of us. When he talk about do not focus on your income, focus on your partner's income. He made an example. Sorry, I'm going a little bit fast. So he talked about, he noticed that some people kind of lose their passion when they reach, I think I'll be happy if I can make $5,000. I'll be happy if I can make $10,000. They're focusing on themselves. He said that's being too selfish. And then he explained a bit. He said maybe not in Canada or USA, but for in India or but for Philippines, some other like Cambodia. If you make 5,000, it's okay. It's a kind of considered as a good income. And if you make 10,000, of course. So they're focusing themselves. So they kind of stop doing Atomy business. You know what? I make 5,000, so I'm pretty okay for myself. Oh, I'm making 10,000, I'll be fine. But your focus never should be yourself. You should put your focus. I want my partners to make 10,000 each. I want my partners to make at least 2,000 each. I want many of my partners to make 2,000 each. That should be our goal. Because this is what he said. See, Hangi Park goes, okay, so you're happy that you make $5,000, $10,000, and you kind of lose your passion of doing it at Atomy and you stop. Because, with the consumers that you have, the money's coming in. But he goes, can it be maintained? Can it be maintained? And I was a bit surprised. He went really in detail. For example, if you're making $10,000, probably some of your partners making, $3,000, $4,000. Then there are some partners who are making $1,000. And there are from partners making, a couple of checks. But think about it. Partners who are making $1,000, do you think can they survive with $1,000? Maybe they're not satisfied with $1,000. And maybe because of that, they cannot really continue Atomy business. So they will just stay as a consumer. Then can you really maintain your $10,000? If you want to really continue your passive income, great amount, never focus on your partners. That's why he kind of leads That's why your goal should be Imperial Master. Never satisfy 5,000, 10,000 for your personal benefits. Put your focus on the partners, then you should become an Imperial Master. Because when you become an Imperial Master, you'll have several hundred partners. You'll have 100 partners who belong Leaders Club, and you'll have some like less partners joining Royal Leaders Club. If you have that volume, that capacity, your business will continue for as long as Atomy survives. Okay. So this is what he meant by do not focus on your income, focus on your partner's income. And I truly agree. And I was kind of satisfied when CEO Hangi Park mentioned it was like aha moments also. If you think, don't ever think that, okay, if I just become an auto sales master, I'll be happy. That shouldn't be our goal. Yes, you'll be happy, become an auto sales master, but how about your partners? He also mentioned you need to make up your mind. So he said, make up your mind right now. I will never stop until I become Imperial Master. And remember, he asked us to, okay, put your hands up now. If you want to become Imperial Master, okay, put your hand up now. If you want to become Imperial Master. And then he goes, are you really sure? Wave your hand. So I'm sure your videos of up, I'm sure many of you are putting your hands up for Imperial Master and waving your hand. So he said, determine, make up your mind. Never ever put your mind, you know what? If I make at least 10,000, I'll be happy. Never erase that. If you had it in your mind, erase it. When I first started Atomy, at first, you know, 50,000 kind of too much, and I don't think I can really achieve it. So if I can make at least $10,000, I'll be happy. You know, honestly, that was my first thought when I wasn't really fully understanding compensation plan. But when Imperial Master number 6, Haejung Lee came, she mentioned the same thing. So I'm sure she learned from CEO Hangi Park. So she said the same thing. Never ever think that this will be enough. From the moment you set the limit to yourself, you are killing your partner. I remember that. So that was my aha moment. Oh, you know what? I'm girlish charged because I thought I'll be happy if I make $10,000. But if I make $10,000, then not many of my partners are making regular income, right? Maybe just at least like 4 people, auto sales master, 5 people, auto sales master. Not so much. We need more. I need to make more. We need to make hundreds of partners becoming at least auto sales masters. We all shared, and this is that we are witness to each other that we make up our mind today that we're not gonna stop until we become Imperial Master. Okay, I'm the witness here today. And when he was talking about the leadership, he really talked about a lot. And the leader should be humble. So 2 things, right? Leader is a person who should have vision, and leader should be humble. So servant humility. If you remember our company motto, and this isn't the only time he kind of empathized with it. He always empathized like what types of leader we need to be a leader who serve in humility. Leader is not the person that who are perfect in every area, because some people stress themselves. You know, leader be able to speak several languages. Leader should be able to perfect in presentation. Leader should be able to do in Atomy. It kind of shows that leader is a person who can serve other people, right? Leader is a person who can present the vision. Vision, you don't need to create a vision. Company already give us a direction, right? But leader in Atomy, you confirm your mind that you're never gonna stop until you become Imperial Master. Even if you are lacking in some area, system can fill you up. See, he said, even if you're lacking some abilities, if you're humble, you can be a good leader. Okay, so that's how important to be a humble leader. Our goal is to return our life scenario, and he also talked about the humble leader, the model of the humble leader. And I see you mentioned, and he kind of giggled a little bit because he said, in 10 years, I haven't really got sick in 10 years, but now I'm not really feeling well, and my voice is kind of cracking because in 10 years I haven't catch any colds and this and that, but now I catch a cold. I'm not feeling well this morning because it was 8 p.m., right? So basically like a 9 a.m. in Korea time. Like my employees said, we're going to have this question and answer session with global leaders. I knew that I'll be the best in this. No other people can replace my position. So despite my condition, I'm willing to be here. So, and he laughed. Yes, I'm a humble leader. So just duplicate what I do to your partners, then your success is guaranteed. Of course, since last year we are doing the Goal 100. So we successfully carried out the Goal 100 in 2023, and we plan to continue the initiative this year. What direction should we take for the progress in this year? I was a bit surprised with the response because I didn't know this was the whole plan. So when he was talking, he was a bit upset in this part, if you remember. So he said, Goal 100, it's not going to be something we do 1 year. It's going to be the ongoing. It was there from the beginning. It was there, but we didn't put it in a certain form. But now we put it as a Goal 100, and it's going to be with Atomy, right? It's not something we do 1 or 2 years and stop. It's going to be ongoing. There's nothing special about Goal 100. And he talked about ASAP to success. Remember, he asked us, okay, what's number 1, number 2? But when leaders could not answer, he said, you even as a leaders don't remember ASAP to success? Okay, I better stop my session here. Go back and study, and we'll have our sessions again. He was a bit upset that leaders don't remember ASAP to success. Number 1, we know it. Firm goal setting. That's why company provide us with a life scenario. So if you're having complete your life scenario, it's really important. You might say, like, why life scenario? Once you start writing a life scenario, you know how important it is. And life scenario will be one great motivator for yourself. Every time you face challenges, every time you've had a horrible rejections, go back to life scenario. When you look at life scenario, the goals that you have created, you cannot think about giving up in Atomy. Because in order for you to make all this dream come true, you need the passive income from Atomy. Okay. So firm goal setting. He said, yeah, our goal, yes, you will have your individual goals, but our goal together, it's becoming Imperial Master. And then commitment. Oh, I was a bit surprised when he said that. Okay, remember the part that he says, leaders don't sleep, right? Leaders don't sleep. He said even Joe Biden, the president of the US, he's over 80 years old, and I don't think he's having enough sleep. Being a leader, it's not easy, and you don't have enough time to rest. And I know the president of Korea, and I saw him a couple of days, and he was nose bleeding because he's lack of sleep, like he's tired. Leaders, we don't sleep. We're busy. We're on a goal. We're on missions to achieve our success, achieve a certain goal. How can you sleep? That's what he said, right? Very like a strong statement. Some people might take it wrongly because when I mentioned that, some people, what kind of CEO is he? How can he not ask us to sleep? But if you listen to him, you know what he means. If you really want to achieve your success, you can kind of sacrifice now. When you're kind of crazy with Atomy, even few hours of sleep, you still active. That's what we mean by going crazy. When you're crazy, you have that supernatural power in you. Even though you kind of feel sleepy tired, if somebody asks you, oh, can you explain Hemohim? Can you explain Atomy? You all of a sudden gain energy and talk about it. That's what is the definition of by going crazy. When you're crazy mode, even without proper hours of certain sleep, you still on the go. He said, giving up on a comfortable life. What he meant by is, he said, even doing nothing and just lying around watching TV or relax, it's hard. It's not easy. You think it's easy to just relax. It's not easy. I'm just gonna say, because it's not me, it's just what Seo Hong Park said. He said, when you die, you can relax. When you die, you can sleep as long as you want. So kind of give up on your comfortable life now to achieve your goal. And he said, I could say more harshly, but I'm trying to say in a nice way, right? So, when Seo Hong Park said leaders don't sleep, he literally meant that leaders don't sleep, okay? And he said, you know what? I still get messages from, even as a CEO, right? I still get messages from USA, this and that. With the time difference, I still respond. So, which means he's a role model. He doesn't sleep. Yes. I think even while he sleep, when he hear the ding, ding, he still wakes up and respond. Okay. So he said, you'll be able to enjoy your life, comfortable life. But for now, temporarily, until you achieve your goal, give up on the comfortable life. Being comfortable cannot help you to become successful. Being uncomfortable will force you to become successful. Right? Oh, it's a great motivational speaker. And it was number 3. Create contact list. So create contact list is a part Goal 100. Okay. So that's what Seo Hong Park review the Ace of the Success. Our business direction is based on Ace of Success, heading for Auto Sales Master. Not just by memorizing a word, we have to understand what this each step truly means. Create contact list. This is the Goal 100 part. What is a Goal 100? So we all know the law, the rules rules of a 250. So every human nature, we know at least 200 people in our lives. It's not from the CEO Park or Atomy. If you know George Gerard, his story, he came up this number by attending I don't remember how many funerals and weddings. So when he went to weddings and funerals, he came up with this average number. You know what? Every human being in their lives, they know at least 200 people. So we need to be nice to one person and really do our best to share the vision about me and this and that, because behind this one person, there are possible 250 contacts. Okay, so 200%, when you create a list, I'm sure you can come up with around 250. You know, I didn't have a 250, so maybe I didn't live a good life. I think I had only 50, 50 on my list. So people, the leads, you can write it down. The names that come up to your mind and you can write it down, we call it warm contact. But however, you cannot do your business, you cannot really expand, you cannot do business just based on your warm contact. Then what do? We have no option. We need a cold contact, okay? So this cold contact is goal 100. Oh, I really love how he clearly explained about the goal 100 part. When we run out of a warm contact, what do? We need to go for the cold contact. So this is when we, that's what Atomy company started from last year. Let's go 100. So let's go for the cold contact. Short lecture from the CEO Park, he talked about, don't try to persuade. You don't need to make them. You don't need to kind of sit down 3 hours. You know what? If you even talk 10 minutes or 20 minutes to one person, you cannot complete 100. But even if you don't complete 100, at least you are going out meeting certain number of people. Yes, you will increase a chance of increasing your consumers and your potential business partner. So goal 100 is creating content, doing a cold contact. But what we do, it's not just visiting one time. The Atomy math. Let's say, for example, let's say I'm visiting a certain mall here. I go there one time. I say, hi, hello. So they see me for the first time. Okay, to this lady, I got this flyer. Okay, maybe a week later, every day I cannot go. Maybe they will just hate me. So a week later, I visit again. So some people may remember, or some people might just think me as a new stranger again. If I visit same place 10 times, it equals Atomy one time. You need to visit at least 10 times. Visit the same store, right? If they say, I'm busy, okay. According to CEO Park, he made an example. If you, certain people with the open heart, if you visit around 3-4 times, oh yeah, I remember her. Oh, I remember you. You were here last week. By doing that, you can really put this cold contact to warm contact lists. For you visiting regularly, you are kind of building the bond, right? Yes, when you first visit, you're a stranger, total stranger. People who are trying to introduce network marketing. But when you visit second time, third time, fifth time, and if you go with like clean attire, smiling, with a glowy face, who will say no? Sometimes if you have extra probiotic or vitamin C, who doesn't love the freebies? When you do that, that's a chance for you to create the cold contact list to the warm contact. And then CEO 100%, once you put those people into warm contact list, that's when you seriously follow them up. So goal 100 doesn't necessarily mean that you are making registration for 100 people. It's really process of creating contact list to this warm contact. Easy as it is. So you don't really have to, some people like, oh, I didn't do 100. If you still have a warm contact, do your warm contact first. But if you really read out of like me, like I read out of like warm contact many years ago, then we need to go 100. Ideal for the goal 100, don't do it by yourself. Even at least 2 or 3 people. So even though somebody says, oh no, I don't need it, they're not really welcoming you, you feel less embarrassed. Yes. I mean, unless you have a very strong mindset, you don't care about the rejection, that's perfectly fine. But if you go like 2 or 3 people together, it's still fun, right? Still fun. And even though some people reject you, you feel less embarrassed, and you don't really care much. And it's more of making yourself exposing, right? It's not about you having a quality talk, right? So don't push yourself. Oh, you know what? I didn't get a chance to. At least you share the brochure. Oh, you know what? There's an online shopping mall where you can buy this and that. If they say, oh, I'm not interested, okay, move on to next people. Quickly as that. He also talked about CEO Park himself. He also created his contact list. Like I mentioned, CEO Park is not just a CEO. He was a network marketer before. So when he first built that to me, he also created his contact list. So he said he had a 10 contact list. And what this 10 contact list is for, who could be number one? Who could be representative of Atomy? Because CEO Park is a CEO, so he cannot be part of number one, ID number one. none of his family members it's against network marketing law in Korea. And I think the same as any other country. The close family or relative cannot be part of the business member. So he need to ask some other people to be a number one. He contacted all the 10 people. Everybody said no. Everybody said no. But I thought he was a part of the list. But this time he said the Imperial Master 13, Youngsung Kim, Mr. Yoon, wasn't part of the 10 list. He wasn't even on the list. But how he became number one, he was a teacher for CEO Hanke Park. So he just came to guide him with business management. But since all these 10 people say no, he had no option. So CEO Hanke Park asked Mr. Yoon, can you be number one? I know there's another story. The wife said no, but eventually he said yes, and he became number one. And look at him. He's a number one, and he's creating a great passive income, and all his children working for Atomy. Amazing, isn't it? Because I know he's a pastor too. He finished all the doctor's degree and he's a pastor, and his son is also pastor. So they are participating in the dream school and the revival meetings and etc. And so now there are 13th Imperial Master, proud ID number one. Everybody on the right? And another fun story with the CEO Park. He said, now what happened to all those people? They regret. They regret for it, saying no to CEO Hanke Park at the time. And among 10 of them, he said one contacted CEO Hanke Park, kind of asked, how can I join? How can I start the business? But CEO Hanke Park, he's a human being too, right? He said, I kind of feel good that they regret for not joining, right? I was really happy that when they said that they regret. Because I'm sure CEO Hanke Park went through a lot of a hard time not finding a number one. But he made this Atomy from nothing to billion-dollar company. Last question. So this is the last question. Okay, I'll try to cut it really short. The negative image associated with network marketing seems to have been surpassed by Atomy. We all agree, right? Atomy is described as company created to compete in general distribution rather than in network marketing. We would like to know the object facts that can explain Atomy's current status in regard. Yes, I mean, the question itself, it's big balls. But CEO Hanke Park really cut it into short. So we all know from the beginning, Atomy's competitor was never network marketing. Think about all the network marketing companies there. Herbalife, Nu Skin. That's the only thing I can think of. I know there are lots of other network marketing, but those are never our competitors. Our competitors, Amazon, Walmart, Alibaba, another internet home shopping, etc. Right? They are our competitors. And he said with absolute quality, absolute price, I think we set our lines already, proven already that we kind of excel in terms of product and excel in the price itself, right? So he said, great example, Atomy toothbrush. Will you find this types of quality toothbrush in this price? You will never find any product in any of those places. So we set the line. And he also talked about that Atomy already create a mutual benefit between the buyer and seller. So we're buying, and the seller, okay, like a manufacturer of other people, and we're buying those products. So there are mutual benefit, right? So people who are distributing their product through Atomy, they also win, and we as a consumer, we also get benefit because we get to enjoy this top quality product at affordable price, really good price. So there's a mutual benefit when it comes to Atomy. CEO Hanke Park mentioned about this is one reason how other network marketing companies creating a bad image and creating certain negative perspective in a society because there is no mutual benefit. When you think about it, it's a benefit for the seller as a company. Seller price is extremely high. So as a consumer, is there any benefit? Yes, there is a benefit for using a great product, but you're not really benefiting in terms of the price. Mutual benefit cannot exist in other network marketing business models. Because of that, there is a still negative image on network marketing. But Atomy kind of breaks the whole thing. Oh, I was really satisfied when CEO Hanke Park clearly explained it. And he said, we need to create an environment. So Atomy already created an environment where purchasing from Atomy, it's enjoyable, not be forced to purchase in bulk. So he also made another example. So in terms of how is Atomy doing in that regards, right? So Atomy in Korea, number one. I think it has been 3 years already that we are doing better than Amway. Amway has been in the market, like network marketing, like in the whole world for more than I think 70 years. But we beat Amway in Korea. So he said, Atomy, now we already know, everybody know we are number one in Korea and number two in Asia. He didn't talk about detail like what is number one. Probably Amway is number one in the whole Asia, but we're second in the whole Asia. That's big also. This one I didn't hear. This is the first time that I heard we're second in Asia. So, and another thing he talked about, this is the part where he talked about like a 30-minute, but I'll try to cut it short. So financial stability. So we want this company Atomy to survive how many years? I said 1,000 years. It is possible because of this financial stability. When you think about how other companies are going down, why? Why they need to lay off? Because they don't have enough money, right? And their job can be replaced by AI. There are many other reasons gets involved, right? Why company closing it down? Because they cannot pay off the debt they owe from the bank. So there are many other reasons gets involved. But financial stability, number one in Korea from all the retailers. So we have an E-Mart, really big company. It's like a Walmart here. Like we have an E-Mart, we have like many department stores. So among all the retailers, Atomy is number one in terms of financial stability. Very clean, very strong foundation. We have a very healthy cash flow. Can you imagine? This billion-dollar company have no debt. We all know how business can expand. You borrowing money, right? That's how other businesses expanding, right? You borrow money from the bank, you pay certain interest every month, and then you keep on do the routine. But Atomy, we're not wasting money by paying interest. So strong. Okay. I think this is one thing that we can, yes, this is something we don't share to our consumers. They don't really care as long as the product is good and the price is good. But we as a people who wants to create passive income that can last for 3 generations, to us, this is very important information. Because once I heard a story from one leader, she already achieved a high position, but the company disappeared. Even though you work so hard to achieve a certain position and making a residual income, if a company disappeared, everything goes to nothing, right? But in Atomy, because of all that backup foundations, it really proved to us that this company really can last 1,000 years. And even Seohwangi Park really shared a lot of things. Most of the companies in Korea, most of the companies' salary going out towards the end of the month. So probably January 21st or January 30th is a salary time, but Atomy will give a salary first day of the month. Atomy try not to owe any money. Atomy making money other than selling products. Atomy is making money from the bank. Seohwangi Park talked about, yes, if you are paying mortgage or if you owe some money in the bank, what I'm going to say, maybe it's not going to be so pleasant. Interest rate so high these days. So, people who's paying mortgage, who paying back the loan, it's a very hard time, right? A lot of people facing like difficulties. But he said, because of that high interest, we're making money. Atomy, getting $10 million interest from the bank annually. We don't pay interest. Atomy is making money from the bank from the interest.